Hi, everybody. Welcome inside our Channel 7 studios. This is Lexus Sports Extra. I'm Josh Moser. The Dolphins searching for answers, especially at quarterback. The offense unable to find any rhythm. In their first road contest in Seattle, the Finns do not produce a single touchdown against the Seahawks. Tua Tagovailoa missing his first of at least 4 games. Remember, he remains in concussion protocol and on injured reserve, but did travel for this contest. Skylar Thompson starting in his place first quarter. Is Devon Achane a running back or receiver? Either way, call him a playmaker. However, nada on the first drive for Miami. Ensuing Seattle possession. Zach Charbonnet powering across the scoring plane. It is 10-0 Seahawks at the jump. Later in the quarter, Hawks backed up. And Kader Kohou, how about the tip drill pick right here? Grabs it. However, the Finns would settle for a field goal. It's 10-3 Seahawks. And the very next play from scrimmage, SoFlo Pro, Geno Smith going for it all. DJ Metcalf clocked at more than 20 miles per hour on this play, a 71-yard house call. Seattle takes a 17-3 lead into recess. Third quarter we go. Dolphins first drive out of the half. Look out. Tyrell Dodson-Thompson hurt on the play. Sacked 5 times. The team officially calling it a chest injury. This is now back-to-back weeks. Dolphins quarterbacks have exited due to injury. Fast forward 3 minutes remaining in the third and long for Seattle, and we have ourselves another tip drill. Zach Sealer this time on the interception and a touchdown, and the Finns are right back in it. So with that momentum, what are they going to do? Third and goal, Tim Boyle in at quarterback, looking for the corner of the end zone, and Durham Smythe just can't hang on. It should have been 6. Instead, it's a goose egg. 5 minutes to play in the fourth. Zach Charbonnet, no Kenneth Walker Jr., no problem. Charbonnet, more than 100 all-purpose yards and 2 scores for the Hawks. They should be sleepless in Seattle tonight, celebrating a 24-3 win. The Dolphins needing a pillow and a blanket for that long plane ride home.
Consistency has to be found from the nucleus in the group, the guys that truly know the offense have to, really be on it. And, we have to just keep chopping wood and get better fast.
A lot of games left. There's a lot of ball left. I was here, we were 1-7, went on an 8-game, 7-game win streak. It's next week. That's how you focus on it. And you can be the best team. Everything's in front of us. It's only week 3. We got a lot ahead of us. I'm really excited to see what happens with these guys that came in, learn and grow, and keep building as a team.
Extra points.
For more reaction and analysis on this Dolphins blowout loss in Seattle, we bring in our insider, Drew Rosenhaus. Drew, what does Mike McDaniel need to do to get this offense to produce down Tua?
Well, now they may be down Skylar Thompson as well. So when you're playing with potentially your third-string quarterback and your offensive line's beat up, Teron Armstead, the left tackle, was injured again today. It definitely impacts your ability to get to the ball to your playmakers. This offense is built around Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, the best wide receiving combo in the AFC. And unfortunately, they were not able to get the ball to those guys today. And when Tyreek and Waddle don't get the ball, this team's going to have a hard time winning.
What should the Dolphins do at quarterback moving forward?
Well, obviously everyone hopes that Tua will be back after his stint on injured reserve, but that really remains as a question mark. Thompson is the obvious backup. If he's injured and he can't play, that'll be a combination or a battle between Tim Boyle and Tyler Huntley. Your options are limited. We talked about this last week. You can't just go out and get Ryan Tannehill and play him. He doesn't know the system. He hasn't been in a camp. He hasn't been practicing with the team. The Dolphins have to try to win with the quarterbacks that have been with the team right now. And hopefully that's Thompson. He can bounce back for Monday night.
How much of a mistake do you think it is, Drew, for the Dolphins not to heavily invest in a backup quarterback like some of the other teams do?
Well, I mean, I think they had the right idea when they went out and signed Mike White. Not many teams can afford to have a big-time backup when you're paying Tua as much as you are. It's a luxury that the Dolphins simply couldn't afford when they invested in Tua, Tyreek, Jalen Waddle. You can't pay everybody in every position, especially backups.
You mentioned your client, Tyreek Hill. How frustrated is he right now?
I haven't talked to Tyreek, so it's hard for me to speak for him. But as his agent, Tyreek is a team player. I'm sure he understands the quarterback situation impacts, the number of touches that he gets. But certainly just knowing the competitor that he is, I'm sure he'd like to be in a position to help the team more than he was able to this game.
Let's talk defense very quickly. I thought they played pretty well. They were on the field, it seemed like the entire game. If the D plays like this, should it be enough for the Dolphins to win games?
Yeah, but it takes balance. The defense was solid today. Certainly they play better today than they did against the Bills. I think it's a solid defense. I really do. And I think it'll get better over the course of the season because there are a lot of new players on the defense. With all that being said, you've got to have balance, and the offense is going to have to play better in order for this team to beat good football teams.
Thank you so much, Drew. We've got a few more for you. Hang with us for a few minutes. Appreciate you making the time traveling back on the road.
No problem.
Time now for Lexus SoFlo Pros.
A special edition of SoFlo Pros tonight because in Week 3, rivalries from the Pret Gridiron are renewed in Cleveland. Multiple South Florida products playing against each other in a contest between the Browns and Giants at Huntington Bank Field. We pick it up, opening play from scrimmage to Sean Watson to Amari Cooper. 7 catches, 86 yards, and 2 tutties for the Miami Northwestern product. How about that phenomenal game from him? To Deerfield Beach's zone, we're talking Devin Singletary. What a start to the season. He's having a 2-touchdown performance from him. This one on the ground, also a receiving score. Big impact and fantasy as well. And we've got one more from this game. Deshaun Watson, look out for the man from Heritage High School. Brian Burns on the takedown. He forced a fumble as well. And I love this Celia. Boom. Giants win 21-15. To America's Game of the Week, Ravens-Cowboys, Baltimore 0-2 to start. However, Lamar Jackson back in MVP form, 87 rushing yards and this score, then 182 passing yards, including this touchdown to Rashard Bateman. Boynton Beach's zone having a night. Ravens winners 28-25. We bring back Drew Rosenhaus to Lexus Sports Extra. Drew, you were a huge Dolphins fan growing up. We still talk about that undefeated 72 team. Running back Mercury Morris passing away today. How special was he to you?
Well, I tweeted today that when he passed away, rest in peace, Mercury Morris was my favorite player growing up. And that says a lot because the Dolphins, great teams in the early 70s, Mercury Morris was not in the Hall of Fame, but he was a very exciting football player. He was very unique for that era. He was one of the fastest running backs at that time in the NFL. He was an explosive playmaker, very exciting player. He was integral to the Dolphins' undefeated season and their ensuing Super Bowl championship. He'll go down as one of the most exciting Dolphin players in their team history, and he was also a very important guy off the field. He really was involved in the community. He was very outspoken on a lot of societal issues and was a terrific leader for the team, both on and off the field.
What's your favorite memory of Eugene?
Well, I was very young when the Dolphins won their Super Bowls, but I certainly remember his big play ability. He was fast. He broke off a lot of long runs. There isn't one in particular, but he was the Dolphins' most exciting player, I thought, on that undefeated team.
Mercury Morris, until his death, was a huge advocate that 72 team is still the greatest of all time. More than 20 players have now passed away from that squad. How much are we seeing the greatness of that team fade in time?
Well, it really shouldn't, because they've done something that has never been duplicated in 50 years, right? And it's just incredible what this team accomplished. There are very few records that stand in the NFL, and the 72 undefeated 17-0 season is one of those that's still spectacular. I'm not sure it will happen again in the near future either. As competitive as the NFL is, it's hard to envision another undefeated team, at least in the immediate future.
Drew, you are the absolute best doing this for us on the road. Best of the family. Safe travels home.
Absolutely. Thanks, Josh.